Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart and welcome to our first non-Triforce wielding character from The Legend of Zelda. Be sure to examine our Link and Zelda videos and be sure to stick around for the month ahead. Also be sure to do the likes, comments, and subscribe. I really hate call to actions. Just please do the things YouTubers are asking you to do and I think we'll all be good, I think. Zelda videos are fun to make, and let us know if there's any other character you want us to cover in the future. We actually have 3 planned this month. When it came to finally cover characters outside of the main trio, there were some tough competition. There's some characters in Legend of Zelda that just have some staying power and influence that's able to propel them beyond the regular game. There's Tingle in Japan. I don't know what's going on there, but I know people like him. But today we'll be focusing arguably on one of the most beloved allies to Link and his misadventures, and that is Midna, the titular Twilight Princess. A lot of Links have had companions who've aided them in rescuing the land, from old men in caves to fairies and sword spirits, and we've got a good range of dynamics, but I would argue that Midna is probably one of the better written companions with a lot of stakes in the plot, and she did resonate with her games as well with a let's call it a particularly enthusiastic section of the fandom. And with getting into Midna's background, let's check on her race, the Twili, or the Twili? Was that ever officially announced? I know people dunk on me all the time for saying things wrong, but was this ever officially, was this word ever said somewhere? Someone help me out here. I'm just gonna go with Twili. Eons ago, a group of peaceful sorcerers were tempted by the power of the Triforce. Using dark magic and starting the Interloper War, the Twili were banished to the realm of perpetual twilight. They really should have seen that coming. There they lived peacefully, with Midna becoming the eventual ruler after countless generations. However, she is quickly usurped by another of the Twili, Zant. She is then cursed to resemble an imp-like creature. With her race gone, Midna watches as Zant begins invading the world of the light, and the story starts there. Since Midna has been described as a peaceful ruler, although she is very mischievous and bratty as we see early on, and she's also distrustful of a lot of people, she also has no interest in care in the world of the light, viewing them through the lens of the ancestors who banished them. I think we're actually going to start her somewhere around chaotic neutral? Chaotic neutral, leaning chaotic good. Also, as a refresher for anyone who needs it, Midna belongs to the child timeline, aka the timeline where the hero of time went back as a child and stopped Ganondorf's plans before anything happened. The Zelda timeline's a mess, but according to the Historia, that's where it is. So hopefully that'll answer some questions. Also, we'll only be looking at the main games and nothing else. No manga, no side games, and definitely no Hyrule Warriors. Although I do really like that game. And with that out of the way, let's go. However, before we go, did you know that you can watch the next 3 alignment videos ahead of schedule by becoming a channel member, a patron, or a Twitch subscriber? Whichever one is most convenient for you, you can just go ahead and do that. Becoming any of these premium members gives you access to the next 3 alignment videos on your select platform and gives you a spot at the end credits of our alignment videos and gaming videos. Each membership also gives you access to another unique set of benefits. YouTube Premium gives you access to stickers and emojis not available anywhere else, and sometimes a 4th bonus alignment video. Patreon gives you access to monthly wallpapers, lore packets, and access to the uncut archive of our D&D campaigns. And Twitch gives you access to a different set of emote stickers and access to our entire streaming library. If you're especially ambitious and want to collect all 3 Infinity Stones of the Loading Crew, this gives you access to a special title in our Discord. It's mostly bragging rights, but hey, you're better than everyone else. Check any of the links in the description to gain access and help support the channel. Spotting a young Hylian being transformed into a noble beast, as the prophecy goes, Midna tracks down the latest Link and frees him. She keeps coy about her own identity and motivations, helping Link get used to his furry form. Let's go with chaotic neutral. Leading Link to Zelda, Midna allows Hyrule's princess to exposit. Midna knows everything herself, but she dodges any questions from Zelda about why she's also being hunted. Chaotic neutral. After escaping the Shadow Beast and guards, Midna tells Link about several missing children from his hometown. She offers to help, but only if Link obeys her every whim. I'm beginning to see a pattern. Oh dear. Chaotic good.
Anything from the zip you discuss what universe you need.
Escaping the Twilight Realm, Midna brings up that she can't undo the wolf transformation herself, and it's Link's problem. Ordering our hero to arm himself, Midna has no problem suggesting Link steal from his town before going back. Since it's kind of a survival thing, let's go with chaotic neutral. Though if you argued neutral evil, I wouldn't argue with you. After giving Link a chance to not return, Midna brings her ally back into the Twilight Realm. There she says in exchange for her cooperation, Link will need to find something for her. Kind of putting him over a barrel like this. Let's go with neutral evil on this one. Midna is intent of staying out of the fight until she realizes Link is struggling. She then helps him in wolf form by taking out several shadow beasts. Chaotic good. Working together, Midna is able to begin purifying the area. She learns her companion is descended from some hotshot hero of legend, where she asks if he has any regrets. The two begin freeing captive monkeys, Midna not really caring until loot is thrown in. Ah, classic D&D adventure. Chaotic good. After being Diababa, Midna is overjoyed when she discovers one of the 4 pieces of the fused shadow, the very item she's been looking for. She keeps coy about the nature of it, telling Link maybe she'll tell him if he collects more. Chaotic neutral. True to her word, Midna helps Link in his adventures. She helps get rid of any obstacles to save the missing children or free the light spirits. She keeps quiet on why she wants the fused shadow, but does reveal some information on the usurper King of Darkness, Zant. Chaotic good. After claiming ownership of a flying mount, Midna discovers the Zora's frozen in their home. Breaking past her sassy demeanor, Midna actually insists that they can't just leave them here. She tries to say later that she did it to find more fused shadows, but this is just straight up neutral good on her part. Gathering all the fused shadow pieces, Midna is eager to fight Zant. She hopes Link doesn't resent her for asking him to get all these pieces. Really nice sentiment from her, but chaotic good. Too bad when they leave the dungeon, Midna, Link, and even the nearby light spirits are jumped and wrecked by Zant. Midna refuses to offer to join Zant, enraged that he would call himself a king. She's punished by being overexposed to the light. Chaotic good. Escaping Zant, a recursed Link and dying Midna are left directionless. Midna suggests going to Zelda and asking the princess to lift Link's curse and help them find the Mirror of Twilight. Zelda instead saves Midna and sacrifices herself. Saved, albeit resisting, Midna is determined to stop Zant and save Zelda. Lawful good. With Link's curse removed and the Master Sword obtained, Midna briefly considers getting rid of Zant's curse for good before realizing its usefulness. She opts to keep it as payback for Zant and a tool for Link and her going forward. Neutral good. Midna helps Link through several side quests. Midna is just kinda along for the ride though. She's not telling Link to do or not do these quests, but she does help if being a wolf is required. As you can do these quests at any time, we'll be generous and give Midna 2 neutral good dings for this. Midna asks if Link can find the Mirror of Twilight. She opens up about herself and the Twili, angry about what happened with her people, both in the distant past and the present. Wanting to save her people, she asks Link to save her tribe. Lawful good. Battling through the defenses of the Gerudo Desert, Midna and Link find the shattered Mirror of Twilight. She becomes dejected upon finding out that a free Ganondorf gave Zant the power to damage the mirror. Upon learning the mirror can be restored, Midna and Link redouble their efforts. Lawful good. Midna aids Link in finding the missing mirror fragments. Even when they're turned around and misdirected, she isn't frustrated. When she discovers that the mirror has a corrupted power to it, Midna insists that they need to collect this to also protect innocent life. Neutral good. With all the mirror shards collected, Midna is ready to be rid of Zant. Reassembling the pieces, she confirms the ghost of the sage's words. She is the real Twilight Princess, usurped by Zant and cursed. She opens up about why she chose Link initially, but also realizing the importance of saving Hyrule along with her own world. Lawful good.
To this ends. The kingdom we can use. But you let you be okay.
Entering the Twilight Realm, Midna asks to stay as Link's shadow for a while longer, feeling self-conscious about her imp form and failing her citizens. Neutral. After saving the Twilight, Midna and Link confront the Usurper King, mocking him for all of his failed attempts to stop him. After beating him and regaining the Fused Shadow, Midna loses her cool after Zant says Ganondorf's power will still keep Midna cursed. She then impales Zant. Yeah, straight up chaotic evil, but I'd say it's kind of justified. Realizing the sheer power of the Fused Shadow, Midna uses them to break through Ganondorf's barriers. Face to face with the King of Evil, Midna declares she will oppose him and tries to stop him from possessing Zelda. Neutral good. Using the Fused Shadows, Midna is able to not be corrupted by the dark powers and free Zelda. She tries to say something to the princess before they are interrupted from the battle. Knowing the damage she can do, Midna teleports Zelda and Link away before obliterating Hyrule Castle in an attempt to stop Ganondorf. Chaotic good. With Ganondorf defeated, thanks to Link, Midna's curse is lifted. She gives a quick sass before deciding to return to her people. Despite Zelda's words that they can keep the mirror open so that the two worlds will always have each other, Midna shatters the mirror on her way back, severing the connection. Chaotic neutral. One of the biggest reasons why Midna works, in my opinion, is she's what Zelda should have been for ages. Both Midna and Zelda, from this game's perspective, are foils from one another. Both are princesses of their respective realms. Zelda is a noble and pure person who cares for her people and those outside of her land, but with a bit of an edge to it. Midna was also a good ruler, but only cared about the Twilight, holding on to the grudge that the Twilight harbored for years. Add on to the fact that the Zant betrayed her, and Midna is distrustful of just about everyone by the time the story starts. She puts up a cocky bravado when we meet her and keeps everyone at arm's length because she has been hurt. She's kind of the classic tsundere. I understand why a lot of people like her. That's also a personality I'm very much into.
What did he say?
She lashes out, distant to anyone and intent on regaining her crown and undoing the harm done by Zant. It's only when she begins spending time with Link that she sees the good in the world of the light and with their own struggles. While she's willing to hide, she's also willing to sacrifice her own well-being to save Link or Zelda. We see that with the Zoras when she realizes a very similar plight has befallen them like her own people. Both races are trapped in their circumstance and she can't let that go. I think the hardest ding to judge was the final one where she destroyed the mirror. I can imagine a lot of people will argue that point, but I'd at least like to state my case. This adventure has, at bare minimum, been a few days, if not longer. Midna has gone through a lot and has seen a lot of harm that can happen if the world of Hyrule and the world of Twilight do mingle. And sure, she has obvious examples with Zant and Ganondorf, but then she also sees what can happen with people who have the Fused Shadow, or the Yeti who have a shard of the mirror. Maybe in that moment, even if she wanted to be with Link and Zelda, two people that she did grow to care for, maybe she was worried about what would happen to them. I don't know. This alignment series can show that even good people can make rash or bad decisions for justifiable reasons. The ding right there and the other questionable evil ones are just ambiguous, and that's kind of the fun of alignment. It's just a fun little topic of debate that can be interesting if handled maturely. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think Midna's final ding should have been something else? Are there any other characters you'd like us to cover, like Fee or... I don't know. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you next time.